ask this question every time I do these reviews. Why is Paris here? Why is she here? She ain't funny. She lame. I don't want to see her. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for the review of Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition Episode 2. So let's get right on into this shit, okay? I ain't got no more time to waste. Now I am finally caught up on all my videos at this point. I ain't even did a yes for the mess, child. I finally got everything out the way. I got Growing Up Hip Hop out. I got, Real Hot Boys of Houston out. I got Love and Marriage Huntsville out. I got Bill Collective out. And I just got Housewives of Atlanta out. Child, I finally have caught up with all my damn videos. And later on today, it will be the Basketball Wives. Now, I have me some clothes on for that review. Even though I ain't going nowhere today because the roads are still icy, child. And it's still ice all over the driveway. I can't even if I want to go somewhere, I can't go nowhere because my car is stuck and I can't go anywhere. So with that being said, I'm stuck in the house, but I'm still gonna put on some clothes. Probably gonna be one of my new outfits that I bought for my Dallas trip that I didn't get a chance to wear. So I'm just gonna wear it for the review, child. So anyway, let's get into the review. So we opened up with April and Fizz playing football and stuff like that. I guess Teeny Fizzle Pop has planned this whole game with everybody. He got the shirts made and stuff because you know it ain't no family reunion without no t-shirts, and that is very true. When you got a family reunion going on, then you already know that you got to have some t-shirts to go with. You got to be creative as a motherfucker, okay? So Jaden, Trick Daddy's son, he's laying on the couch, and then the next thing you know, he hears a knock on the door, and it is Joy, okay? He lets Joy in, and Joy said, "Now why is you not up? Like, y'all know we gonna be late," and all this other stuff. Now Joy explains that Jaden is Trick Daddy's son. She's been in his life since he was a baby, and she just feels like that is her son. And just because her and Trick Daddy are no longer in a relationship, that does not mean that she needs to not be in his life. And I totally agree with that. It's pretty sad though, because you know, when you see step parents, once they're no longer with your parent, you no longer have a relationship with them. And that's pretty much the case with me and my stepfather. It's like, we don't have a bad relationship, but we just don't have a relationship at all. Like, we're pretty much cordial, but we don't have a relationship now. Like, him and my mother have been separated officially since 2015. And recently, they finally got a divorce. My mother signed some divorce papers back in November, and they were supposed to have their final divorce proceeding this past Friday on my birthday. But, you know, the judge had COVID. They couldn't go in, all this other stuff. Then we had this winter storm. It just didn't turn out well. But they ended on bad terms. He doesn't have a relationship with my youngest brother because that's my youngest brother's father. But other than that, I know that me and him have had a tumultuous relationship. Like, we've had physical altercations. Like, it's not been the greatest relationship. But the older I got, the more we became amicable, and it was towards the end of him and my mother's relationship. So it's like we're cordial, and I'm pretty much the go-between between him, my mother, and my brother, because they don't have any relationship with him, no contact or nothing. If he wants a message to be sent to my mom, he comes through me. If he wants a message to be sent to my brother, he comes through me. So I'm the neutral party because I don't have any qualms with him. Whatever happened between me and my stepfather in the past, it's already been forgiven, and I've moved on with my life. We're good. So, but we just don't have a relationship. Like, he's not the type of dude that I call to check on or anything like that. Because he's out there in Texas, and I haven't called him or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I was just in Texas, and I didn't even tell him that I was coming. Because I just don't think it's really needed. You know what I mean? Like, we're cool, but we don't have that kind of relationship where I'm going to call him and try to meet up with him or something like that. Sometimes it's pretty sad to me because this man been in my life since I was 4. Like, he started dating my mom when I was 4. He married her when I was like 10. And him and my mother separated when I was 26. So he was like a part of my life for all of my life. And regardless of what he did, you know, I still, it's still kind of sad to me that we don't have a relationship, you know, but, you know, I wish him well and everything. So Scrappy, he vents to Young Jock about Bambi. You know, he was talking about how, you know, when you're getting married, you feel like you're supposed to give more, receive more, do more, and he feels like now that they're married, Bambi hasn't done anything that he thought that she would do. And you know, Jock feel like he needs to work at it. You know, sometimes you go through things in a relationship, and that's very true. Like, you do go through things in a relationship. Like, a lot of us be wanting a relationship, but we don't want to do the work to maintain that relationship. It's kind of like how people want a car, but they don't want to pay the money to maintain the car and make sure that it's working properly. You got to take that same approach with a relationship. Like, you want a relationship, but you got to make sure that shit is rocking the right way, because if you don't, it ain't gonna work, child. It's just not gonna work. And I haven't been in a relationship in like a year and 3 months now. And, you know, I've been pretty much okay with that. But, you know, it's like the next relationship that I get in, I gotta give 100, they gotta give 100. If they don't, we don't need to be together. And it's just that on that. So Judy and Mama D, they have a conversation. They sit down there and they talking. And they talking about their respective children's marriages, you know. Mama D was saying how Scrappy and Bambi are upset with her for talking about what was going on between them. And you know, I don't think that Mama D had any malice, but she really shouldn't have been talking about their business and really didn't have nothing to do with her. So with that being said, you know, she should have just kept her damn mouth closed. And that's always been the issue with Mama D. She don't know how to stay out of their business, and until she stays out of their business, she's never gonna get in a better place with them if she continues to constantly find herself getting involved in whatever they got going on. And that goes for Judy too, because she feels like, you know, she said that when DC was in a jail, you know, Yandy wasn't her family no more. And I'm like, really? I thought that Yandy held you down, Judy. You got to let me know what's really going on. I think there's a lot of tea about to be spilled at this fucking reunion with all these people. Just wait and see. Okay, so April and Little Fizzle Pop, they discussed the fact that they broke up all those months ago. And now that they've broken up, his relationship with Moniece has gotten better. And, you know, they're in a better place. Who gives a fuck, child? So now it's time for the field day that Teeny Fizzle Pop hosted. And in the midst of them playing the games, you know, Trick Daddy and Mendici talked about their incarcerations and how, you know, things have been difficult for Mendici since he's been out of jail. And Trick relates because he too was incarcerated at a young age, you know what I mean? And then they start talking about April. And Trick thirsty ass talking about April need him and all this other stuff. Child, April don't need you. She don't need no man. What she needs is some self-esteem. That's what she needs. Because, no, the way she was slutting herself out, no, you the last thing she needs, child. So in the midst of them playing the game, a special guest pops up, and that special guest is Erica Dixon. Nobody expected to see her. And Erica Dixon looks beautiful as always. Nice hair, nice makeup. Everything about her is cute. Y'all know I used to be before she started pissing me off, y'all know I used to go up for Erica Dixon. So Bambi comes over, pulls Erica to the side, have a conversation with her, saying that she really doesn't want it to be like, she doesn't want it to be awkward. Like, they're going to be around each other. They need to just move on. And Erica was all down for it. Now, I just feel like after all these years, Bambi, you had ample opportunities to have a conversation with Erica, and you never did. But you choose to do this on camera. I think that it's fake as fuck. And I think that Erica felt like it was fake as fuck, but she just went along with it just because. So they join Sierra. They sit down. They have a conversation, and they were talking about their stepkids. And I love the fact that Joy and Sierra really have a genuine love for their stepsons and stuff like that, because you don't really see that. Like, you don't see that with step parents and stepchildren. Like, you don't really see them having, like, it's a rarity for me because I've never seen it. I've never really experienced it before. And, you know, it's kind of, it's sad, but it's nice to see at the same time because I've never experienced it. It's like when my stepfather, he used to kind of create this division between me and my sister versus my youngest brother. Like, but before my youngest brother came along, he used to create divisions between us two. Like, it would be 1 minute he liked my sister, the next minute he liked me but don't like my sister, then the next minute he'll favor my sister but then don't favor me, and then it just became I'm rocking with your sister but I don't fuck with you. And then when my little brother came, it was just like he didn't fuck with neither one of us like that. Like, it really changed. But then it was like he fucked with my sister more than me as the years went by. Like, he could not stand me And it's like the more I got a voice, the more he couldn't stand me. So it was kind of like, you know, I lived in a house with this man. I went 2 years living in the same house with him and never having a conversation with him, like, period. After that last physical altercation we had, like, I pulled a knife out on him and all of that other shit. Like, we did not talk for 2 damn years. It took his friend to die for him to come in and apologize to me. And after that, that's when we became amicable. But before then, like, we didn't talk for 2 years and we lived in the same house. That's weird. But I like the fact that they care for their stepkids. So, Erica and Mama D, they have a conversation. And, you know, Mama D basically asks Erica about Bambi. You know, Erica says that at this point, you know, Imani about to be 16. She only got a few more years of this shit. She just needs her and Scrappy to get to a better place at this point. Because it's really ridiculous for them to not be able to be co-parents at this point. Like, it really... You know, it's crazy, and after all this time, they need to just try and make amends and try to get along for the sake of the child. And that's true. Then they do the hookah lounge, and as everybody's doing the hookah lounge, you know, Jock's son, Jaden, and Jasmine, which is Carly's daughter, they all sit down and they talk, and they start talking about their parents. It's like Trick Daddy's son speaks very highly of him, and, you know, Jock's son speaks very highly of him. But Jasmine doesn't really speak that highly of Carly because she said, you know, Carly wasn't around like that when she was growing up. She was pretty much raised by her grandmother, and Carly is really not a mother to her. She's more like a sister. And I was like, oh, wow. I believe we're going to get more into Carly and Jasmine's relationship in this family reunion because, you know, we already knew that Carly had a daughter, but we never really seen her. You know what I mean? She said she didn't want her to have anything to do with Love and Hip Hop. But now that we see her, we see that they don't have a relationship like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm not surprised, though. I mean, Carly was in the industry, so a lot of these industry kids don't really see their kids like that. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, Erica tries to talk to Scrappy. And then Scrappy don't want to talk to Erica. And it's like, Scrappy, like, I love you to death. Don't get me wrong. Everybody that watch my videos on Love and Hip Hop knows that I love me some little Scrappy, okay? He could really do no wrong in my eyes. But in this particular moment, he was doing way too much, okay? Erica has been childish in the past. That is true. But right about now, you're being extra childish. You're not being a grown-ass man about this situation. She trying to talk to you, bruh. Your wife already did the shit with her. Why don't you do the same? Let it go. Like, it's a thin line between love and hate. And I really believe you hate her because you can't have her and you had to settle to marry Bambi. That's what I think this issue is. And you really need to get over it at this point because Erica ain't thinking about you. She done moved on with her life. She got another man and got a set of twins. She ain't thinking about you, Scrappy. Let it the fuck go. And for you and Bambi to even argue about this shit is very telling. Like, let it go. Like, let it go, Scrappy. Let it the fuck go. Like, straight up, let it go. You already you got to deal with this woman for another 2 years of your life. Let it the fuck go. Because I'm pretty sure it's horrible for your daughter. Let it go. And to be honest, that's all I got to say, y'all. This was my review of the Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And if you want to follow me on social media, my social media is at the bottom. With that being said, you guys, I'm out here. To my next review, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.